Hey Clashers, we have an insane match on our hands, and those two teams are two of the highest ranked teams within the competitive community. So I'm looking super forward to what we're going to witness today when it comes down to offense and defense after this last recent update. No big surprise, but we're starting things off with throwers, which I would expect is still like the #1 troop in the game. It is always kind of funny to see YouTube comments after something is getting nerfed because it's always the same. I would guess even if something is getting nerfed with only like 1 hit point, people are going crazy and calling it dead. But I don't know if at this point it's just rage bait or people are actually that stupid. I don't know what is the case. But yeah, big surprise. Throwers are still probably the #1 troop in the game. And this is what we're most likely seeing a lot of them in today's match. We have a Queen and Warden opening to create that pathing, create that funneling. We have those throwers in there now. The Queen is getting redeployed. He has to be careful there because she has lost a lot of hit points. A bit tricky to see the hit points right here, but hey, let's quickly get through those equipments. We have Snake and the Spiky Ball, double gem. So no big surprises here on the equipments. Everything pretty much as expected when it comes down to the thrower army composition. We have as well a classic army defensive army client castle composition. And as well, this is something which I'm looking forward to is, do we see any earthquake towers? Because in my opinion, it is the by far worst spell tower in the game for multiple reasons. Because first off, it does 30% hit point damage, which is kind of nothing if you're talking about throwers because they're getting healed back up again anyways, and they have such a long range that it's really hard to burst them. And then the second thing as well is that the Earthquake Tower is the worst tower when it comes down to modifiers. Rage Towers obviously are just becoming better because they're scaling with the modifier damage on other defenses surrounding them. Then we have the Poison Tower, which, well, is doing more damage because this is what the modifier does. But because the Earthquake Tower is not a damage specific number and percentages, those do not get changed with modifiers. So it's just straight up trash. That's just how it is. It's kind of unfortunate, but hey, do not upgrade that spell tower, except if we're seeing it today, but I would be really surprised, as I said. This first attack looks really solid. He still has 2 hero abilities left, even though we have to say the warning ability on this one is not really an ability in that part because, hey, it's a passive one, right? So it just gives a couple of more hit points back when he's using the active one. Warden has to use it, and he's saving that Warden with that pop, which means he's staying alive. And this should be the first 3-star for future #1, which is currently the rank 6 team, if I remember correctly. So we're having rank 5 versus rank 6 in this matchup, which is insanely high. I mean, 2 of those top 10 teams going head-to-head in a nice match. So I could not skip that. I mean, this is why the video today as well is so late, because I wanted to make sure that we're checking that out. But hey, first attack, first 3-star. Now let's see if we're going to see many of those. Next attack, and this one is going to be a Root Rider attack. Oh baby, I love it, I love it. So the Root Riders are really strong. That is for sure. Let's double check the equipment. I would expect no big surprises. Okay, so he's going with the Eternal Tome and the Rage Gem. I feel like with Root Rider attacks, you have a lot of different options when it comes down to the equipment. We have seen Rage and Heal. We have seen Eternal Tome with the Rage Gem. Or we have seen sometimes even the Healing Tome with the Rage Gem. So there are many different options on this one so far. Nice recall. He has had a good opening because this means he created a really good funnel. We saw already some of those max defense with those Inferno Towers. We have the Fire Spitters. Do we spot those? Obviously the Tesla, we can't spot that just yet, but let's see, let's see. So, push going from the top side. He has already invested so far roughly 1 minute. And he has not taken down too much of the base just yet. But Root Riders are the slowest army, especially with those Valkyries right behind. I feel like just this synergy between Root Riders, Heroes, and Valkyries is just one of the best in the entire game. And this is why it's still getting played, even though Root Riders have not had a new level till Town of 16, I believe. So, yeah, that's kind of crazy to consider. But how well is this going to work? When is he going to use that King? Is he coming from the bottom side? Is that really the play here? We have The push so far looking strong. The overgrowth in the core is nice. He has to be careful, though, with the bomb hive waking up again. But this so far looks really controlled. He's adding the king now. He turned Tom to make sure the guardian and the heroes surrounding him is not being the biggest threat. By the way, I feel like if the poison would have affected the guardian, this would have been not just a nerf to the guardian, but as well to this base style. Because we have a lot of those bases where the guardian is surrounded by heroes. Imagine now if a poison would work on the guardian. This entire base style would have been destroyed. So yeah, I guess that is something which we're going to lose in the future, because Supercell said that they're pushing that change back, but they wanted to fix it first, that guardians on top of a town hall cannot take any damage, and that's why it was pushed back, right? So is it going to be enough? That's the question. The poison tower going off, the time being something really, really important to consider. The new fire spitter is wrecking those troops right here. We have that king ability still left, but not many cleanup troops can be still deployed, and this might be just a time fail in the end. We have wall breaks happening. Can they reach? They can't. Spiky ball going off, and this is the first defense. It's a high percentage. It's a high percentage, so it's not the worst whatsoever. But still, it's a defense nonetheless. And the question is, with such high-ranked teams, what are the scores which are needed to win those matches? Are we going to witness something crazy like 13 stars or something? Or is it going to be lower? That's the big question to me. But so far, 3-2, but this one is a really high percentage. Okay, it's back to throwers. Fusion number 1, really, really committed to this army composition, which is not using those mass totems anymore. He still has 7 of them, but it's not as dominant, or when it comes down to like as, I don't know, like one-sided when coming down to those spells. Let's quickly double check the equipments. We're having the gauntlet and stick horse combination here. And, oh, okay, shield and spear. That's interesting. So let's see how well this is going to work. The funneling of the king so far is going great for him. He should have that pathing. I feel like the wall break, I'm not sure if that was the best thing for him, but let's see if those throwers are actually going inside. He needs to push them back. They can reach that fire spitter, so can he get them back into the base? That's the big question. They have to walk back. Are they doing that? Are they going to walk back? Yes, no, maybe. Come on. The wall break is here, so they should walk in, that's for sure. With the queen on the other side now. And he still has that royal champion to snipe whatever is needed. The bomb pipe is really completely out of place. You usually want to have that in the core, because take a look at that. He's not really covering any of those obvious lines, of those obvious pathings from those troops. Instead, he's covering pretty much nothing right now, as being one of the strongest defenses currently in the game. That is a good new, like in general, really, really good news for Fusion number 1. Now let's see. I mean, this looks incredible so far. He even had a root rider in there. That is interesting. He had a root rider in there. Now using the royal champion to push the queen back into the base. He still has a wall break if he wants to trigger some traps, I guess, or something, because he won't be able to open the wall with that. The throwers can reach that back end. The warden is under attack, though. Royal champion getting attacked. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough power on the back end. There are still 2 heroes defending those defenses. We have the Inferno Tower going down. Now is the time where he's coming in with those totems. With only 1 of them left. This is going to be close. The warden finally going down, which means he has lost that rage gem, which is so crucial on the back end. 50 seconds left. Can he make this work? The queen, no ability left anymore. Quite a few throwers here on the far right side. We have this 1 thrower. Is it actually 2? It's actually 2 throwers in the middle. But without the rage gem, those healers cannot keep them up. The bomb hive now finally is hitting those troops, which is super crucial for him. Is the bomb hive going down? No. The throwers are switching to the minion prince. The queen going down. And this should be a defense, if I see this correctly here. Which would mean that we have the chance of a comeback. But at the same time, take a look at those percentages. He has already crossed the 90% 2-star mark, which was achieved just before this attack. So, yep, it is going to be a defense, but 93, maybe a 94%. No, I think 93%. So a 3% possible lead if we're now seeing the first 3-star on the other side. Okay, we're seeing more throwers on this one as well. Let's double check the equipments. We're seeing I mean, I told you that the stick horse is really strong, but and people, oh yeah, you're getting paid by Supercell. It, it is what it is. It is what it is. But we have... Is he taking damage from the bomb pipe? No, he's from the bomb tower. He's not. King should walk in here. He should clear out that compartment, and that should push those throwers into the right direction. This is why this king is so good, because you don't need any like funneling or anything like that. He's just going to jump into those compartments, create the path you needed, and that's exactly what you need in those attacks. So, can you take down the spare tower? Come on. Spare tower? Yes, he can, especially with that Phoenix. Nicely done. And now let's see how much value he can maybe get on the... Ooh, he's hitting those. Remember, the range of that bomb pipe is completely stupid. There is the totem to distract that Guardian. Nicely done. We have poison, but that is on the heroes and on the clan caster troops. Lava Hound in there. Especially like Lava Hound now as a secret, like secret, not really, but like as a good tip. If you're getting annoyed by throwers, the Lava Hound is a really annoying thing now, because the totem are not doing any damage anymore. So this means those throwers typically are always attacking the same troop. And having to attack so many lava pups is just really, really annoying. So if you're having like issues to defend against throwers, especially if they're not as good as those two teams, you will for sure have a really solid chance of using like a Lava Hound or something. But right now, he's running into a lot of spring traps. Now we find as well the first couple of black mines and red mines hitting those healers, hitting Sneezy as well. So it seems like that this entry is completely baited. Red mines are in, but they're getting triggered by the balloons, which is really crucial for him. The Royal Champion ability has been popped. Can she stay alive and at least get her rocket spears out? That would be quite nice. The Warden has his ability, but remember, it's a double gem, so that's only a couple of hit points, which he's going to recover, and nothing crazy. On the outside, the Mortar Tower, is he going to go down? Yes, it does. Now, on the back end, I just think there's just way too much left. The Warning ability has been used, but it's not doing anything. The Mortar Front Tower is beaming him down, and this means it's another defense. It looks like Future number 1, especially with the last attack with high percentage, is running away with this one. This is going to be a roughly 70% defense. These spring traps around the town hall, and then as well the traps in combination with the Lava Hound. Ooh, that was a really, really tricky opening. But this means in the end that we have a solid lead now after the first 2 initial attacks. And now it depends like how the match is going to unfold, depending on what Future number 1 is going to do with their next attack. Oh, baby, we have Super Bowlers. Okay, I'm looking forward to that one. Let's see. So, what is he going to go with? He has the Fireball, because I see 2 Earthquakes. What else? Okay, interesting. So we have the Ice, the Frost Flake, Electro... let's see what he does here. I really want to see if this works. I love Super Bowlers, but I feel like they struggle sometimes with not really getting far enough in the core. So, what can he do on this one? Is he just going to Fireball? I guess he's just going to Fireball. That? Yep. There we go. What invis? Nicely done. Which is already solid pathing, but if he's entering in here, he's going directly into the bomb pipe, and that's why he's not doing that. Instead, he wants to go next to the town hall. Remember, though, this might be as well an obvious entry for the throwers. On the other side, though, the good news for him is that Super Bowlers, they are getting affected by springs, but they only take damage, and they're not getting thrown off the map right away. So, this means so far this looks good. The wall break is reaching the target, so the pathing so far... Look at that. That looks amazing. Is the king now walking in? That's the next big question. Yes, he is. Topside is getting funneled by just the Siege Barracks. The pathing so far is looking incredible. We have an interesting... Okay, overgrowth now. I would have expected to have it more on the back end. The poison for that furnace is in there as well. We have that king ability as well to open up the entire core if he wants to. So far, he has not been using it just yet. Queen ability is still there as well, which he can use the Royal Champion at the top side with the Siege Barracks troops, which he can use at any point. And he will have to use that as he's approaching that compartment, I assume. King ability has still not been popped just yet. Super Bowlers, they're going through the next compartment. Is he going to... Yep, there we go. This means... Huge damage on the back end. Royal Champion on the left side still well protected. This is looking awesome. I mean, this is just looking crushed, no? Am I missing something? This base is just gone. The setup the pathing, everything was just beautiful. And with still having a totem spell and the Royal Champion on the back end, nah, this is completely crushed. Oh my goodness. That has to be one of the cleanest Super Bowl attacks I have seen in a long time. Oh wow. What? And when you're watching the plan, it looks like, oh, that's so obvious. Or, I don't know, maybe you don't think that. But like you could think that, oh, that looks obvious. But finding those plans in such a short amount of time is just mind-blowingly impressive. And currently, this match looks really one-sided. But hey, let's see if we could see a comeback. Next attack, and what is that base? That looks wild. Okay, another thrower attack. Oh, I love this combination. It's just so much fun as well, especially if that king gets like a lot of value with the splash, like with the gauntlet. It's just a fun equipment combination. I just love it so much. But hey, let's double check the rest of the equipment. So nothing too unusual over here. I feel like for sure, for everyone now freaking out, iTzu, I don't have that maxed out, whatever. You don't have to. Don't worry. Like the snake bracelet and the spiky ball is completely fine as well. And that's why you see it as well so many times. This is more situational, I would say. And more when you can plan specific attacks, like in Clan War and such. But yeah, it is just a fun equipment combination, to be more specific, in my opinion. But let's see how this will work out for him. So far, looks pretty promising, I want to say. We have the Royal Champion going down to the multi-front tower, though. Queen with her giant on the far right side still alive. In the middle, we have things spreading out a little bit, which means the healers can't be as efficient anymore. Is he going to distract the left side? I feel like that might be the best thing for one of the totems. Instead, we have the totem now next to the Guardian at the town hall, which is a good choice as well. The skeletons are not sure if they're doing too much. The throwers are slowly making their way towards the town hall. The poison tower is launching, but this means the back end is still looking a little bit... Oof, totem is in there. Invis for the Archqueen. The Super Wizard Tower has to go down. Can he do that? That's the question. Oh, the town hall has to go down. Not a 1-star. The Guardian. The Guardian. Another freeze. The town hall. It looked so good. It looked so good initially. But in the end, it feels like that this is... No, okay. It's a second star. It's a second star. But... the second star is not enough since we have such a crazy performance so far from Fuching number 1. Wow. I mean, it just seems like that there are no answers for their bases. Everything is just falling short. And this is yet another solid defense, I want to say, because everything below 90% is a really, really good defense, especially on this level, which we're talking about right now in this matchup. So, yeah, it is rough. It is really rough. I mean, at this stage, if Fuching number 1 gets another 3-star, this match might be already decided. But on the other side, if they're now going to mess up big time, this match could be still open. In the end, I feel like the minion might get one more building. Is there anything else? Nope. Okay, 10 more seconds. Is that going to be enough? But this won't be just 1% more. I'm not sure how much of an impact it's going to have on the back end of this match. But hey, at least 88% 2-star. Let's wait for the next one. Okay, Neon, for obvious reasons, with his Electro Dragons, because he is just one of the best, if not the best, Electro Dragon player in esports, and maybe even the best Electro Dragon player in the entire world. So let's see how he does on this one. We have the Flame Flinger to start things off. Interesting location, to be honest, because if you're doing the Flame Flinger right here, you should know that this guy right here, the Monolith, is outranging a Flame Flinger actually. So it's surprising to see him do that right there. But hey, we have the Electro Dragon taking down the defending Royal Champion. Is he going to get another great chain off? That's the question here. Come on, chain. Okay, nice chain in there. But he just sacrificed this one Electro Dragon there. That's interesting, okay. I assume that was for pathing or something. I guess time will tell. Time will tell, that's for sure. Flameflinger still taking down more defenses. We have at the top that now the Rocket Loons coming in for taking down that Super Archer Tower. Another Super Archer Tower is getting sniped. So you can already see why I think so highly of him because he's not just playing the Electro Dragons like he usually would do. He's like really, really surgical with them and really like trying to snipe specific things out and such. So yeah, really interesting. We have now the Flame Flinger going down while the Electro Dragons from the top left coming in. Super Minions are unleashed from that Flame Flinger. Is he going to get the Super Minion and as well the Monolith? That's the big question. So far, Monolith, is he going to go down? Electro Dragons to the left. Come on, Monolith. It's gone. Monolith is gone. So he was not just planning for the Flame Flinger itself to take it out, but those Clan Castle troops. Now we have that Minion Principality. Those Electro Dragons went down super quick. Oh, let's see. I'm not sure if he can still save this. But King and Queen now on this back end. The Revenge Tower is up now. I am not sure how well this looks. I know the heroes are strong, but are they strong enough for this? I mean, at this bottom side, there's not really much which can target air. He has many totem spells as well. Wait, did the spiky ball just disappear? Am I blind? Maybe I'm just blind, whatever. Another totem spell. Keeping those heroes alive. Queen has to take down the defending king and the defending queen, though. Oh, there was his own king, never mind. But still. One more Electro Dragon from the top side. Sneezy at this bottom side, still going strong. But she cannot take down that Inferno Tower, and this means it is going to be defense. Still, yet again, another high percentage one, but it is a defense nonetheless. And this means there is maybe still hope. I don't know how much hope there is. I don't think there's much, but at least a tiny little bit. But for that to happen, they need a triple right now. It's back to throwers. Let's double check the equipment. Another stick horse. But I think so far the stick horse attacks did actually not triple just yet. Oh wait, it's the same base. That is the same base which they have just failed on. I remember they have used the stick horse last time at this top set and then went into the town hall and it completely did not work out. So this time around they're having a different approach. Okay, I like it. Let's see if it's going to be enough this time. The king again funneling for the throwers. Okay, Elephant's gone. Okay, so the pathing is perfect so far. The question is, do those throwers have enough power to push through? I mean, so far the pathing looks amazing, no? This thing right here is going to be a little bit scary. Do they have now these springs? Like a last time they had all of the springs around the town hall. Oh my. Okay. There were a lot of traps. There's the overgrowth. Nice timing, nice timing. Another lava hound. Again, to prevent the... Like, this is the thing, right? If you combine a lava hound with the furnace, what do you poison as an attacker? It's like a lose-lose situation with the thrower army composition. Do you poison the furnace? Well, then you don't have a poison for the lava pups. Do you actually poison the lava pups? Well, then you don't have a poison for the furnace. So... just something which I can recommend to you is try that out as a clan castle. It can be super toxic for the attacker. But hey, right now, Royal in the core doing her thing. Skeleton. Oh, that skeleton spell is huge on that far right side. Can he take down that monolith? That is the big question to me. The monolith has to go down. Poison tower is triggered. Royal Champion trying her best. No, she's going to the wrong direction. She's going to the wrong direction. That's unfortunate. But he has still some more spells left in 1 minute. The Warden has to survive. Ooh, Warden. Yes, okay, nice. The healers are there to have his back. But it's still only 55 seconds left. A wall break opening to the next compartment. But at this point, the throwers have to go, depending on how smart they are, through at least one more compartment, through one more wall. And whenever they are clumped up like this I feel like is where they're at their strongest and weakest at the same time. Strongest because they're nearly unkillable. Weakest because they're so slow. They usually always all attack the same target. And this means that, well, they're just so slow. And this is right now his biggest enemy, the time. He has to freeze here to save the Rage Gem of the Warden. At least the Queen went to the outside. But I don't see this being a triple because, as I said, time being the factor here. So a smart and nice plan but in the end, not working out. And this means this is just a really, really one-sided match, unfortunately. I was hoping for a really close one, but either way, it just seems like, and this is what we have so far as an impression, not very much has changed about the throwers. They're still the #1 troop in the game. And that's kinda it. Okay, for the last attack, we have the Meteor Golems. Okay. As well, Meteor Golems, I've seen many people like saying, oh, they're kinda dead. Meteor Golems are actually getting used still quite a bit, especially as well in High Legends. They're still really, really strong. And yeah, you just have to treat them well, kind of protect them. But if they're going, and they're just so strong. But not such a no-brainer anymore as before. That's obvious. But hey, let's see how much value he can get with this pathing opening right here. Ooh, okay. Losing the queen ability like this is super painful. Okay, now, with the recall, I'm not sure what he does. Because option #1, he's just going for more value and let one of those queens die. Other option, he is going to recall, but then again, like how... I'm not sure how well this will work. So, the poison again is on the furnace. The healers are going to be transitioning, but if there's only one fire mite or something going in there, the greedy raven... Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that. He was using the greedy raven. That's interesting, okay. Haven't really seen that much before. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think just needs is straight up better. But hey, if you're worried about time, go ahead. And right now he's just tanking the... he just tanked the fire mite, which was quite nice, but I guess other pets would have done the same. Let's see if the Meteor Golems are enough for power to get through. The king walking in is not a good thing for him. He wanted to have the king on the outside, especially with that equipment combination. Using a set now, the Roy Champion at an angle where the Roy Champ Electro Aura taking down the outside building, so he creates that pathing needed for the Meteor Golems to stay inside. But there's so much base still left. I'm not sure. With that opening, losing the queen ability like that, I am not sure. Greedy Raven so far still in the mix. Eternal Tome ability has been popped. Remember, he was able to have that with this opening. Race in the middle. Can he take down? Nope. The Revenge Tower is staying up. The Roy Champion going down in her ability. And this seems to be another 2 stars. So in the end, a total of 12 stars, it seems like, for future #1. And as I said earlier, this is rank 6 versus rank 5. But this as well shows on the defensive side. So both teams struggling quite a bit. It is future #1 in the end. And then, well, on the other side, the entirety of the match. Quite some struggles with 3 stars. But this seems to be as well the lowest percentage. Depending on how much the Meteor Golems are going to receive. So, like, can they? Nope. Nope. They are going down somewhat quickly. But this means it's a total of 12 stars. Which at this point is not possibly being caught up anymore. But hey, I still want to see what the last attack looks like. Let's go. The final attack, and we actually have Super Witches. Okay, I was already saying to my chat, because we are obviously live streaming this as well, the matches. I already said that I'm not actually expecting Super Witches, because in esports, everything does more damage and such, right? Like, so the tanking, the generating of those tanks is not as crazy efficient. But oh my, like seeing this, and it's all with a torch. I love this guy. I mean, to me, Super Witches with a torch, I like that better than with a fireball. Just my opinion, okay? I just think it's really, really cool, really, really strong. Especially because the torch and the Rage Gem both give bonus DPS. So, yeah, that's quite nice. But let's see, how well is he going to get the entry into the town hall? Because I assume that's what he's going to do, right? Like, entry into the town hall. Super Witches in. Bomb Hive. Oh, okay, nice totem. There's the Headhunter. He has to get somehow quickly away from the Bomb Hive. If that's possible, this looks solid. If not, he's having a lot of problems. Okay, there. Okay, nice overgrowth. Yes, be careful. The first Super Witch is about to go down. Another totem, maybe. Okay, he's doing nothing right now. There's the wall break. I mean, why not? Okay. He's deciding that his witches can take the damage. That's fine. The flame flinger so far, though, is amazing. Queen ability popped. King, not deployed just yet. The entry into this town hall has worked. And then for the core, he's going to use the torch to get through everything. There we go. Let's see how well this works. Let's see how well this works with the esports. He's going to 2 fire spitters. That's kind of crazy, by the way. Okay. Where's the king? Is he... Oh, on the left. Okay, I was about to say, is he trying to swag it or something? Not sure if he... Not sure. He lost a lot of power in the beginning because he lost the Super Witch early. Like, this is... The Super Witch in general, like, in general, spawning troops are really snowbally troop. Because they can keep generating tanks, but as soon as you lose some of those spawning troops, it is hard to keep up. But this so far, this still looks solid. What? Are Super Witches even stronger than I was already thinking? Wait, is this going to work? That's crazy. What? What? No shot. Obviously, Super Witches as well. Just going through the Lava Hound like it's nothing. They don't care about that one. Wow. They should have started playing Super Witches earlier. Super Witch meta, let's go! I love this timeline. I love this timeline. Oh. They should have started playing Super Witches earlier. No shots. But that was a cool attack to finish off the match. Let's go. But 11 to 12 in the end. Really one-sided, I would say, in the percentage side, like on the percentage side. But in the end, 1 to 2, 3 stars. Great match. What do we take away from this? I would say throwers are still meta. That's quite obvious. I would say Super Witches have a lot of potential. I've done yesterday a video about Torch versus Fireball. If you are unsure what you want to use, make sure to check that video out. But otherwise, GG's to both teams. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next one. Until then, see ya, and bye-bye.